Gautam Buddha was one of the world's greatest religious leaders. He spread the message of peace, truth, and equality among people. Some consider Gautam Buddha as reincarnation of Lord Vishnu. Gautam Buddha was born in 563 BC to King Shuddhodana of Kapilvastu and his queen Maya Devi. He was born in the forest of Lumbini while his mother was traveling. He was given the name Prince Siddharth, which means the one who is attained his purpose and aim in life. Prince Siddharth was born on full moon day of Hindu month Vaisak, but his mother Queen Maya Devi died on the seventh day after Siddharth's birth. Then Gautam Buddha was brought up by Gautami Devi. It was said that before Siddharth's birth, Queen Maya Devi had dreams in situation of the birth of someone divine. King Shuddhodana invite many Brahmins, sages, and astrologers to predict the future of the young prince. Each one of them foretold almost the same thing. The, they predicted that Prince Siddharth would not follow in his father's footsteps, nor would he become a great emperor. Instead of being a successful king, he would be an enlightened one. Some of the astrologers gave a hope that if Siddharth did not renounce the world, then he could not become a great king. But one Brahmin, Kondana, was absolutely sure that the prince would become Buddha. So the Brahmin himself left all the worldly pleasures and waited for Siddhartha to attain enlightenment. He became one of the five disciples to whom Gautam Buddha delivered his first sermon of Sarnath. The astrologers had warned King Shuddhodana that the prince would not witness any of these four things: old age, sickness, death, and a sage. If Siddhartha saw these four things, then he might renounce the world. The king wanted his son to become a great emperor, so Shuddhodana protected his son from all the miseries and hardships of the world. The king kept his son engaged in pleasurable activities. Prince Siddharth led a very scheduled life. All the luxuries of the world were showered upon him, and he was never exposed to any difficulties of the life. But right since childhood, Siddharth was different from other children. He preferred to be with his own thoughts by nature. He was reflective and thoughtful. King Shuddhodana provided him with everything. He got his son married to a beautiful princess Yashodhara at the age of 18. They had a son named Rahul, but Prince Siddharth was not very happy with all the luxuries, the places, worldly possessions, and the royal lifestyles. He was always in search of the peace of mind, even though he was sheltered from the outer world. One day, when he went out, Prince Siddharth witnessed the pain and the miseries of the people. He saw one old man bent and full of wrinkles, having great difficulty in walking with a stick. Next, he saw a sick person suffering great pain. After that, Siddharth came across a dead body being carried by four people to the cerimation ground. As the prince had never in his life seen any pain or suffering, he was shocked by what he saw. So he asked the servant accompanying him. The servant explained that all those things were a part of life and everyone has to go through illness and grow old. He further said that everyone born on this earth has to meet his end. Death is inevitable. On learning this, Siddharth was filled with sadness. After that, Siddharth thought of only those suffering and how to get over them. The restlessness inside him get growing. Then one day he met a sage who advised him that the only way to rise above the pain and miseries of the life was to reach nirvana through rigorous tapasya. This made the prince even more thoughtful. Siddharth's dissatisfaction and restlessness grew to such an extent that one night he left his wife, young son Rahul, all the places and luxuries and went away in search of nirvana. The prince rode his favorite horse Kantaka in the silence of the night after reaching the river Amuna between the kingdoms of Kapil Vastu and Magad. He handed all his royal clothes and ornaments to his servant, wore a hermit's robe, and bade a farewell to his horse. After he left, the loyal horse soon died there. Siddharth was 29 years old when he renounced the world and he went in search of enlightenment. He wandered in the jungles and the mountains. He lived like monk. Siddharth went to many sages and holy men to seek knowledge, but he was not satisfied as he could not find answer to his question. Whatever he tried, he couldn't find the inner peace he was searching for. Siddharth then decided to do hard tapasya. He tried severe physical hardships. He went on fast for many days and bore extreme physical sufferings. He began hard meditation for 6 years. He tried everything but couldn't attain enlightenment. He then realized that such extreme physical hardships need not to take him to the moksha. One day one day his wanderings took him to Gaya. There on the shores of the rivers Niranjana was a big peepal tree. After taking a bath in Niranjana river, Siddharth sat for meditation under the peepal tree on a dry grass seat. It was then that he reached enlightenment and became Buddha. He suddenly saw divine light and realized that the real peace lies within one's own mind. The peepal tree under which he attained enlightenment is called Bodhi Vriksha tree, and the place is now known as Bodh Gaya. It was once again the full moon day of Vaishak when Siddharth became Buddha. The Buddha, the enlightened one, Now he had achieved nirvana, true wisdom, and great spiritual knowledge. From Gaya, Gautam Buddha traveled to Sarnath near Varanasi. There he met his first five disciples who had earlier deserted him. Buddha delivered his first sermon at Sarnath in front of these five disciples. Then Buddha went from place to place giving sermons and sharing his knowledge with the people. The remaining 45 years of his life were spent in spreading his message to the masses. His preaching appealed to the people of all the strata alike. The king as well as poor people became his followers. The emperor of Magda and Kosal were his disciples. Buddha himself traveled over almost 40,000 miles, and his disciple bhikshus and followers too went into different directions to spread his message. Thus, Buddhism became a widespread religion accepted by both masses and classes. According to Gautam Buddha, desire is the main cause of suffering. He taught the eightfold path to get rid of desire. The eightfold path was right belief, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right memory, right meditation. He revealed four noble truths, which were: 1. The world is full of miseries and the suffering. The pleasure are only short to lived. 2. These sufferings are mainly due to desires. 3. The curbing the desire we can reduce our miseries. 4. To curb the desire, we should follow the eightfold path. He showed a new path to reach salvation. He did not believe in rituals. According to him, to attain the peace of mind, one has to gain control over one's physical and mental desires. This could be reached by purity of conduct. Buddha always opposed social inequality. For him, all were equal and no one was high or low because of his birth. Thus, Buddhism became popular among all people, whether rich or poor. Gautam Buddha left his mortal body and attained nirvana in 483 BC at Kushinagar. That again was full moon day in Vesak. Buddha was born on, had achieved enlightenment and reached nirvana all on the same day, full moon day of Vesak. He died under a sala tree which suddenly blossomed out of seasons and showered flowers on the mortal remains on Gautam Buddha. Even centuries after his death, his preaching and his religion are followed by people all over the world.